that brings us
Oof.
on to the next topic. And
Mm-hmm.
Jacob, you can start it off. Thoughts on and I know what you're going to say. Thoughts on the big Ten Hag being
Oh,
sacked.
right. Should have been done before the start of the season. So,
I
like, for
agree.
me, glad he's gone, right? But if you're going to get, like, why give him. I've got so many views on this. But what is it? 8 games in. I think we're week 8, aren't we? Game week 8.
Nine.
So,
Yes.
8 weeks in, and then you sack him. And that for me is just poor. So there's a few things going on in the background, right? Either they hadn't identified someone, they were already in talks at the start of the season with someone, and it's now got to the point where they can do it. Because there is no way they were giving Erik ten Hag this time at the start of the season. They knew they were going to get rid of him. You don't give a guy 8 games to see how it goes and then get rid of him. I don't care. We're 14th in the league. We're playing better football than we had been playing, which was horrific anyway. So he should have been sacked a long time ago, and I'm glad to see the back of him as a United fan. Um, yeah, it's just good. It's just
I
good.
I think they didn't actually have a plan. I don't think they had a plan. I think there was two corner market at the time. I think he should have been there at the start of the season. I don't know. It's something not right about this Ten Hag thing, getting rid of him 8 games into season. I think
It's
they just
weird,
knew
isn't it?
they messed up.
I
It's
think
weird.
the FA Cup final saved him. He would have been sacked if he hadn't won that.
One game can't save you though. If anything, we played better football in the last 2 games.
But
Granted, the results
it
haven't
does
gone
it
well.
does though. Like I remember, and I wasn't alive when this happened, but everyone says Ferguson got saved by a game, and look what he went on to achieve. So one game can make a manager's career, but in Ten Hag's case, nothing changed after that game. It was a one-off performance.
All right, so let's go to this then. If trophies are what saves managers, why is Arteta still in a job?
I agree. I
Eric
think I
ten
think he's
Eric
underperforming.
Eric ten Hag has left Man United with 2 trophies. Arteta's been there 6 years and not won anything. I think it's 6 years, isn't it?
Yeah, Arteta out.
But I think that's just Arsenal's like, what's the word?
Yeah,
They're just happy
mentality.
not happy
That's
not to
just
win
their
anything.
mentality.
Yeah,
Yeah, their
Oh,
mentality.
we
They
got
don't
a
care.
second place trophy. Oh,
yeah.
Yeah,
This is the
but
team
whereas
that
they,
you drew to with half their team
yeah,
missing at
yeah,
the
yeah,
weekend.
yeah.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
where are
yeah,
they
yeah.
in the league? Where are they in the league?
Yeah, they're not
yeah,
14th, that's for
but
sure.
going back to this point, I think whereas at United it's more pressure because trophies is a big thing in their history. So that's why I feel like Ten Hag was given that extra time because he beat Man City of all teams in the final of the FA Cup.
Yeah, and they played really well as well. Let's not forget they played like really well.
Mm.
They
Yeah,
have
that goal that Mino scored.
Mainu goal was brilliant. I remember it.
is unreal. I think for me, there's two things, right? Though players will show up for the big games. They don't need to get hyped up, pumped up, whatever language you want to use for the big games. It's the individual man management to get a team ticking every week in, week out. That's what it's about. Jurgen Klopp's amazing at it. Um, those those are the games that we struggled in as a United fan. But here's some stats for you, right? You ready for this? Yeah, this is why I don't know
Yeah, go on.
why he wasn't let go. No, you're not going to believe how bad it is, or you might do. Um, we have drawn with Bournemouth with 24 matches conceding 3+ goals. Like there's no other team that's conceded more than 3 goals per game than Man United and Bournemouth. Second behind West Ham for shots conceded in all comps over the last season. Worst ever, like the worst ever most shots faced last season. No other team in the Premier League faced more shots. Third
Mm.
worst points per match behind Moyes and that Ralph Rangnick.
Yeah,
Second worst goals conceded per match at 1.3 something behind Rangnick. Oh, yeah, 1.32 behind Rangnick, 1.38. And obviously Moyes had the worst loss percentage at 32.4%, but then Eric Ten Hag was 31.8%. Right, that was their loss percentage. Here you
Mm.
go. What was Fergie's loss percentage? Quiz for you. I'll give brownie points to whoever gets
I
closest.
reckon it's 66%.
Oh, shut up.
huh?
66% loss.
You thought he
Lost
lost 66% of his
No,
games?
no, I thought he meant wins though. I
loss
thought he
percentage.
Oh,
And
meant
bearing in
wins.
mind there's draws, right? Bearing in mind there's draws in there as well, right? You're probably
Lost
not far off
percentage,
with
yeah.
his win percentage. But yeah, how many games did he lose? What percentage of games did he lose? Eric Ten Hag lost 31.8% of games.
I reckon
31.
Fergie lost 21% of his
No, I
games.
think that's too high. I would say around 15.
See, Ryan, I knew you had more ball knowledge than Luke. 14.1%.
Oh, so he was wrong then.
No, but you got to understand it's also spread over his whole United career. So,
It's
and
insane, isn't
United
it?
won. Yeah.
14.1% loss. So that just shows the expectation, right? So for me, Eric Ten Hag, see you later. Speaking with people today who've got season tickets up there and stuff, like they're feeling happy. I think everyone feels happy.
Wasn't it?
Obviously, oh,
Wasn't
go
it
on.
the last two league seasons? You both, what was it? You start. It was the worst start to a season or something for United in, I
And
don't
then
know,
again this
30 plus
season.
years.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he broke it this season and last season.
Who broke his only records. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Absolutely.
I mean,
I mean,
name me another manager that can do that. Like, brilliant.
yeah, that's heroic.
oh, it's just awful. But midweek, amazing game. You can concede as many goals as you want if you're going to score as many goals as that.
Best
The
Leicester.
stadium, yeah, they're like just below us on the table. Let's not remember that.
It's Battle of the
let's not
Shitters.
let's not forget that. But like just watching it on the telly, right? Just looking at the atmosphere, like it felt electric. The stadium, you could feel it coming down the TV. Ruud van Nistelrooy at the helm. He was on the touchline. That's the thing that got me about Eric. It was like they started to tell him, "Oh, you need to go and stand on the touchline to look active," because he just used to sit there, just completely like no charisma, no presence at
Mm.
all, and it just used to wind me up. Like, just conceded, he looks the same as if we just scored. And towards the end, he started putting on a bit of a show, but I don't think it came naturally to him. And I think that's the problem. I think he didn't have the charisma. I don't care how good a tactician you are, and I'm not saying he is, but he didn't have the charisma to lead, and I think that was the problem with Mr. Ten
I
Hag.
think you're bored, aren't you, Jacob? I think you'd be a better board manager than Eric Ten Hag.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. But he looks like he's got two heads. That's the thing that gets me. It looks like his head carries on at the back, like him
Yeah.
another face at the back. It's really weird.
What a receding skull.
Yeah, yeah. It looks like what's his name? Professor Quirrell in Harry Potter. He takes off the thing and there's the Voldemort at the back of the head.
Voldemort.
That's what Eric Ten Hag reminds me of. But anyway, there you go. So for me, and I'm sure you guys agree, the stats said it all. United gave him too long. See you later. Glad to see the back of him.
I think if he was at Chelsea, he would have been gone halfway through the season, like first season. I don't think he would have lasted long at all.
No, his first season at United was good.
It was all
Like,
right.
it was good.
Yeah,
Well, he got what, third in the league behind Arsenal and Man City. That's expected. Although Liverpool and Chelsea and loads of other teams had an off year that year, so maybe that's why he got his spot. But he still had a good year, and that was also Rashford's like really good year. So we got the best out of Rashford that year. So there's positives, but mainly negatives, like realistically.
The
mm.
stats speak volumes, and then you look at the people management side of it, right? Bruno Fernandes this season has not even he scored against Leicester twice midweek, but he hadn't scored a goal, hadn't opened his account this season.
I saw he got more red cards than goals at one point.
Yeah, which is insane, right?
Mm.
You've got Rashford, who has declined massively under Eric Ten Hag, and I think that's a personality thing.
Yeah,
The way Eric Ten Hag dealt with the Sancho thing, I don't care what anyone says. Sancho might have an attitude problem, blah blah blah. Okay, cool. Go and look at him perform over in Dortmund. Go and look at him now. What was it? His debut for Chelsea, he got an assist.
He's got 3 assists in his first 3 games, but yeah,
There you
he's
go.
doing all right.
There
He's
you
doing
go.
all right.
Gets the Champions League final with Dortmund. Yet under Ten Hag, the way he managed that, the way he came out, talked about Sancho's mental health without the permission, and then refused to apologise. Spoke publicly about the fact he wasn't going to, and just for me as a leader, you've got to just be there. You've got to stand behind your players. You don't hang them out to dry like that. You don't treat them like that.
Mm.
And Sancho, really good mates with Rashford. Rashford's not going to want to play for him. And I think the heads have gone of the players. I think they just completely lost faith in their leader. I think the trust was broken. So now we
Yeah,
move on to the
boring.
new chapter for United. Yeah.